OpenAI just launched a new update where they included built-in tools into their n8n nodes, and I'm going to go through each tool and show you how to use them. So right here in the n8n docs for the OpenAI chat model, we can see we have the built-in tools right here. We have web search. This allows models to search the web for the latest information before generating a response. We have MCP servers, allows models to connect to remote MCP servers, find out more about using remote MCP servers over here. We also have a file search, allow models to search your knowledge base from previously uploaded files to relevant information before generating a response. And we also have the code interpreter, allows models to write and run Python code in a sandboxed environment. So for this specific video, I'm just going to show you guys the web search and the file search, but I will make more in-depth videos in the future on the other two right here. So the first thing you want to do is open n8n, drag in a AI agent, and we're going to connect a chat model, obviously an OpenAI chat model. And then you have to make sure that you're using the latest update of OpenAI, and make sure to connect your credentials up here if you don't already have them connected. To do this, all you have to do is go to platform.openai.com, and then on the left here, you will go to API keys. And then here you can create a API key and just go back to n8n. And then you're just going to click over here. You're going to click on create new credential, and you're going to put your API key right into there. So now, as you can see, we have this new setting here. It's called Use Responses API. If we check that, you can see we have some built-in tools right here. And these are the tools that they added in the node right here. We have web search, file search, and code interpreter. For this video, I'm just going to show you guys these two. First, I want to show you an example without using the web search node. I'm just going to connect this chat node into the agent. As you can see, there's no prompt here. We're just getting the input from the chat and then running it straight to the model. Here, we're just going to write who won the Stanley Cup in 2024. ChatGPT, without the web search feature, can only have a context window up to, I believe it's June 2024. So it should not have any context past that. So as you can see, it answered, I don't have live web access and my training goes up to June 2024. So it doesn't have the results. And now I'm going to show you guys, if we go into the node right here and we do click enable, I can add the tool for the web search. And then here we have some options. We can do the context size. I'm just going to leave it at medium here. And then we also have some other things here. So we can make it so that we only search a specific domain like google.com or Wikipedia. You can put any domain here if you want the context to only search that domain. If you leave that empty, it can search the whole web. Then we also have country, city, and region. That's if you do want to just search in a specific region. So I'm just going to leave both of those empty and show you guys how it runs now just like this. So I'm literally going to ask it the same question, who won the Stanley Cup? But this time we have the built-in web search enabled. This is going to take a little longer to load because it's actually searching the web. And boom, just like that, the Florida Panthers won the 2024 Stanley Cup, defeating the Edmonton Oilers 4-3 in the finals, clinching the title with a 2-1 win in Game 7 on June 24th. So as you can see, it has got the source from NHL.com, it searched the web, and it gave us the answer. So the next one I wanted to show you guys here was the file search. So if we do go into here, I'll explain how this works, but basically all we're going to do is I'm going to disconnect this and make another one to show you guys. Also, make sure you're on GPT-5 or higher because it doesn't seem to work with anything under that. So once it's enabled here, we can go to our file search right here, and this is what you're going to see. You're going to see vector store ID. Now, what we're going to want to do is add a filter, and this filter is always going to be the same. So you guys can just copy and paste this. The filter is going to look like this. Just make sure to put the exact same syntax into there. So we're just going to copy and paste that just like that. And then for your vector store ID, what we're going to do here is we're going to go back to platform.openai where we got our API key. And then this time we're going to go to storage here. So in the storage here, what we're actually able to do is we're able to create vector stores. Now, what that means is that we can add a bunch of files into a vector store, and then we can look through all those files in between prompts. So I already created a test vector here, but all you got to do is click create and it's going to make you one. And then you can add files. You click add file here at the bottom and you can add as many files as you'd like. Just a quick heads up that it does cost money to hold the files in OpenAI platform right here. So it's about 10 cents per gigabyte per day. So just keep that in mind. So once you've attached all your files, this is basically like a built-in RAG into the OpenAI node. So instead of building out those crazy RAGs for your clients, you're able to actually just add all the company data or files or whatever you have to in through these vector stores, and then you can use those instead. So how exactly do we use this? We go here to the vector store ID at the top, and we're just going to click copy, and then we're going to go back into our n8n node, and we're going to have to add it as an array. So put your quotation marks, and we're just going to paste it, and then just like a regular array, if you want multiple vector stores, all you're going to do is put a comma, and you can then add another vector array into there with this syntax and then keep going. But me, I only have one to add right now, so I'm just going to keep it like that. And I'll show you guys kind of how it works. Now, if I ask it, what is my product? It's actually going to search through the files in the vector database so that it has a good context for the answer. And as you can see right here, it gave us an answer based on the PDF. Your product is an AI automation service that builds AI-driven automations and custom agents and yada yada. But it did grab that data straight from the PDF that I did put into the vector database. So another thing I wanted to show you guys as well is that we can actually run both of them at the same time. So you can add the web search as well, and then we can use the vector IDs and the web search in the same prompt. So I just wanted to show you this really cool update real quick, just so you guys are up to date. If you want to learn more about n8n and download some full production ready workflows, make sure to go down in the description and join my school. I have a bunch of resources in there. Also, if you do want to learn how to land your first AI automation client, I built out an automated AI system that generates leads for you completely automated. So make sure to book a call if you're interested about learning more about that. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and a subscribe. But other than that, see y'all in the next one. Peace.